Hi everyone. In this video, I want to show you just very quickly how Etsy handles the shipping labels in your payment account. So there was a question in my other channel about how this is handled. I hope that this helps, although it is kind of confusing. So basically, this is an order where the customer paid for shipping, okay? This is an order where it was free shipping, so the customer did not pay for it. And the differences that you're going to see, each one has a listing fee, which is 20 cents to renew it. You are going to see sales tax that the buyer paid if Etsy collects that for you in that situation. Like if they come from a place where they have to collect tax, it doesn't look like it was here. So that might have been a state that doesn't collect sales tax. You're going to see the sale amount, which is the amount of the item plus the payment for the shipping if the customer pays for shipping, plus the amount of the sales tax. Now, this is very confusing when you're doing your bookkeeping because Etsy puts this in and then pulls it out immediately. You don't see the sales tax, so they don't count it as revenue. It's very odd. But I will put a link to an article that I wrote about where to find all of this information while you're doing your bookkeeping. I'll put that in the description of this video so you can go check that out. But it's this amount here that you get for the sale is the amount of the item, the amount that the customer paid for any shipping if they paid for it, and the amount of the sales tax. So in this case, it was $12 for the mold, $4.50 for the postage, and 72 cents for the sales tax, and that comes to $17.22. This is the amount that you're going to see on the receipt. Now, on this order, this ships for free. So the customer paid $16, and like I said, it doesn't look like this order came from a state that has sales tax collected, so there's no sales tax to deal with, and there's no shipping that they paid for because it ships for free. So they paid $16, and that's it. But you're still going to get on each one, you're going to get a transaction fee, which is 6.5% of the item total. And if they paid for shipping, you're going to get 6.5% shipping transaction fee. And that's just so that people don't put a real low price on the item and then put a real high price on shipping. It gets charged on both. So you're not going to get away with not paying a fee because you're, not charging a lot for the shipping. So don't worry about that. And the reason that Etsy does this here is that you pay the fee on the amount that the customer pays you. You don't pay a fee when you pay for the shipping label other than the cost of the label. Now, I do not buy my shipping labels on Etsy, so there is no way that I can show you what that looks like here, but I'm going to go into my vintage shop and show you what it looks like when you do buy the label. So hold on just a sec. All right, and the payment account, to get to that, you go to Finances, Payment Account. It will take you to this page. And see, I owe them money because I've been listing a lot of stuff. I'm trying to do more in my vintage shop, but this is really just here to clear out stuff out of my house. Okay, so in this order, this is an order that was free shipping. So the customer paid for the sale, they paid $32.20 for the item, and that includes some of the sales tax, okay? And then they paid for a processing fee, the transaction fee, and then here's where I paid for the shipping label. Now for this shipping label, it costs $13.34, and that is just a cost to do business. It's an expense. You take that off of your profits at the end of the year, and that's an expense on your taxes. But if you buy your shipping labels on Etsy, that's going to show up. On this shop, I don't buy my shipping labels on Etsy, so there is no notice for that, but I have to go to Shippo, which is where I buy my labels, and get that information there. So don't forget that if you don't buy your labels on Etsy, don't forget that expense. And you are going to, the customer basically is paying, if something is free shipping, the customer needs to pay for it wrapped up in the sales price. So make sure that the item price includes the shipping and that you are, charging appropriately for that so that you're not losing money. But that's how it's set up. And if you have any questions, you can post them. Give this video a thumbs up if you thought it was helpful. And definitely go over and look at that article. It has some spreadsheets in it. It has some charts and cheat sheets that'll really help you with your Etsy bookkeeping because it is a nightmare. It's very complicated. They don't make it easy. And it's confusing the first time you do it and the second time and the third time. All right, I will talk to you later.